Salvatore's.
A real groundhog or the stuffed or the
Mascot.
well, that thing.
The mascot.
The mascot.
I don't think I have enough liability insurance for a real groundhog that may or may not be biting people.
All right, you ready?
Definitely.
Here we go. You like that?
Good morning, Sun Prairie. Time to rise and shine.
What?
Time to pour the coffee with Bill.
Who wants to be human?
Time to rise and shine with Bill.
He has all the ingredients for disaster.
Time to get going with Bill.
She's phenomenal.
Welcome to Baker Street with your host, Bill Baker.
Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Good Morning Sun Prairie and a stroll down Baker Street. Hey, I'm Bill Baker, your host, and glad to have you. Our first Monday in April, which is always exciting for me. I love me some April. We are in Holy Week, and we'll talk about that this morning. But I have a wonderful guest in the studio, the lady, the one, the only, the traveling cheesehead herself, Dannelle Gay, right here in studio, and tickled to have her here. She is she's become a good friend and traveling partner, kinda. Doing our coffee chats every Friday. We're going to talk about her book release down at Salvatore's this morning. Got a lot of stuff going on. I wanted a co-host this morning, and so I called her yesterday, and she goes, "Absolutely, let's do this." And the thing is, I don't know which one will shut up first, her or me, when we start talking. So we're going to have fun. Hey, you're listening to 103.5 WLSP, the Sun, right here in beautiful Sun Prairie. We're home of Station of the Year, as awarded by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association for large markets. What's that mean? We beat JJO, we beat IVA, we beat Triple M, we beat all the big guys, and our little bitty radio station of 4 paid employees is the Mac Daddy, the big kahuna. We are what it's all about. So we're glad to be here and glad to be a part of it. We're also underwritten by those wonderful folks at the Bank of Sun Prairie and, of course, the Baker Realty Group. So glad to be here. Glad that you can join us on Facebook Live. Charlie Kuntz, good morning. I got work for you, Charlie. I got some painting I need done, buddy. And so we're going to talk. I got some business to talk about. I got some people that need some people. Need some paint. Charlie Kuntz, greatest painter in the world, right there. Also one of my lion brothers. Not my brothers that are lions.
Thank you for clarifying.
A lion, as part of the Sunbury Lion Club, and all that. So, got a lot of stuff going on. Oh, Danielle, there you are, Dannelle. Or as Melissa Agar, Senator Melissa Agar says, Dannelle. Where the hell she got that spelling? I have no idea. We'll talk about that too. That was just fun. I told you I wouldn't talk about that. I lied, but that's okay. Hey, got a lot of stuff going on this week. This is opening day of Brewer baseball. Another season where we keep our fingers and toes crossed that we have a World Series champion. And don't bet the home, don't bet the house on it. But we're going to have fun. It'll be a good thing. The Brewers take on the Mets today at 1:10 p.m. Not 1 o'clock, but 1:10. It always blows me away. 1:10. 1:10. I don't know. I know. You know what? I forgot my music. Wait. There it is. Wow, see, I'm just overwhelmed by your presence.
You are too kind, sir. I can tell you how the Brewers are going to do this year.
They're going to win.
They always go really well out the gate, then they kind of like fall apart, and then they try and pull it right back together, but it's never quite just enough.
I know.
They're consistent. We love that.
I know. It's been a long time, I tell you.
I know.
We need us a winning team. But we got a lot of stuff to talk about. We are going to talk about Dannelle's book launch down at Salvatore's today. We're going to share a lot of that. We'll talk about the chamber. I want you to know tonight is Sunshine Supper. Believe me, if you don't know me, then if you've never listened to me, that is one of the biggest things I like to promote. Sunshine Supper. Come one, come all. Come down to Main Street. Grab yourself some victuals. That's a southern term for food, by the way. Just to let you know. Yeah, what do? You come to the back of the facility right across from Stark Realty in the little strip mall there. You'll see the cars lining up. Come to the back. They're going to ask you how many meals you want. There's no judgment. Tell us what you need, what you want, and then you're going to pull around, follow the line, and we're going to bring those meals right out to your car and hand them to you, or put them in your car, or in the back of your car, or in the back area of your car, whatever. We're going to do that. Sponsored tonight by Prairie Athletic Club, which means pulled pork, always. Coleslaw. Got to have some coleslaw. I love that coleslaw. And maybe a side salad, which is kind of confusing. Why do coleslaw and a side salad? I'm not sure, but that's Prairie Athletic Club, which, by the way, just purchased the Sun Prairie Golf Course and has renamed it Prairie Pines. I love that name, Prairie Pines. That's absolutely awesome.
It sounds more expensive.
Well, it'll be well run because
I don't doubt
Pete
it.
and Jenny Simon they're the owners of it now, and that whole family. So it'll be nicely done. Can't wait. I am an official member of that club. I joined for the first time. The reason? Because they own it now. And we'll get them in here one day and we'll talk about that too. Like I said, it's Holy Week. So yesterday was Palm Sunday. The Trinium's happening. If you're a good Catholic, you know that it's those three, Palm, Good, Easter. All the four Gospels will be read, the different passions this week, which is always interesting in the way of the presentation of that. And so Christians everywhere will be all holy all week long. A lot of days of obligation and stuff. Good Catholics say, days of obligation. Yeah, I know. It's man law sometimes.
Us Lutherans say days of celebration. Obligation, celebration, more fun. Okay, no.
I can see the King of England and Luther going, let's see, what do you guys call it? Obligation. Okay, we're going to call it celebration. We're just going to be different.
Bring it on, party time.
That's a whole new thing. That means the Easter Bunny's coming this week. He started out this weekend in a couple of areas, but you're going to have a chance to spend time with the Easter Bunny on Saturday. It's going to start, oh my gosh, I just spaced out on it, but I'll figure that out here in a second and let you know exactly when it's going to be. I want to say it's 12 noon on Sunday at Sheehan Park, but I'll get you all the information. The Lions Club's putting that together, and it should be fun. It should be. I like it. You get all the little kids out there looking for stuff, and you know they got it going. I mean, they are egg hunting little machines. I tell you. Let me tell you real quick. Yep, Saturday, April 8th, 12:30 sharp is when it begins. It's going to be down at Sheehan Park East Shelter and Ball Diamond. So don't forget about that. The egg hunt. The Lions Club puts on one of the best egg hunts. I mean, there's got to be.
It's nice.
Oh my gosh,
It's
500,
really nice.
700 eggs out there. I mean, it's outrageous. Have the Easter Bunny there. Come down, get a photo op. It will be pretty cool. Hey, this week also, just letting you know that Give Back Sun Prairie is coming on April 15th, and and it's a celebration basically of giving back to your community. Give Back Sun Prairie is a day of volunteering that supports several nonprofits around Sun Prairie, organized by leadership at the Sun Prairie Chamber of Commerce, the school district, and the city. If you want more information, you can go to the chamber website, sunprairiechamber.com, and you can get more information about that. Note, volunteers of all ages are welcome. Minors must be accompanied by an adult. A preliminary background check will be required. Oh, that scares me. I hate when they look at my background. If you have any questions, you can always call Letitia at sunshineplace.org. Letitia at sunshineplace.org. That's an email, actually. That's not a phone call. It's an email. But her phone number is 608-977-2592. Last day to register will be April 13th. Hey, a city equity audit is being conducted right now. There's a little survey. The City of Sun Prairie has been going through an equity audit to examine our organization and the services being offered to the community regarding equitable service delivery. We want to make sure we are identifying gaps and barriers that prevent individuals and families from accessing or receiving services. So that's happening. And go to the City of Sun Prairie page and you'll find more information about that. And what else is going on? Oh, hey, Sun Prairie Girls, the Sun Prairie Girls flag football team. I love this. They have a 3-0 season at the inaugural Packers Girls Flag Open on Sunday in Green Bay. The Wolves were one of 10 teams selected from a field of 30 to participate and did a kick-butt job. And excited for those ladies. And on a personal note today, this is a day of remembrance for me for my mom. We lost my mom on, get this, 4/3/21. That was her date of her death. And but she's always in my heart. Love her. Think about her every day. And Mama, I know you're watching and listening. And just know that, yes, I've learned to pick my underwear up off the floor. And so it's all a good thing. And I'm taking care of Dad. That's okay. So there you have it. What else do we want to talk about? Oh! There's this wonderful lady that's sitting across from me right now.
Where?
I know. I did use the word lady, didn't I?
Hush, hush, hush.
Dannelle K. I'm going to call you Danny from now on. Oh my gosh. The traveling cheesehead, she's right here. Now this lady, you've heard her on the air before. She is an amazing lady. She is so much fun. We have a blast together, and I'm really enjoying getting to know her. She is just phenomenal. She is all over the place. I thought I was busy. Girlfriends, listen, it ain't nobody that can hold this lady down. She's in Racine, she's in Green Bay, she's down in Janesville, she's everywhere. She's in Barnes and Noble. She's in Amazon. She's got her book in Amazon, for gosh sakes. And if you want to know 100 things to do in Wisconsin before you die, this lady is the one that can tell you everything that you need to know. And so we're going to celebrate her new book that's coming out. We're going to talk about the launch party. Just had great conversation. And there you have it. That's all done.
That sounds good.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Again, you are a returning guest.
I feel honored.
There's a handful of those. Not too many that I really want returning.
I feel special.
You are special.
Thank you.
You're very special to me, I'll tell you. You are, Hey, her launch party. This is going to be cool. Hey, visit Dannelle at Salvatore's to purchase an autographed copy of the 100 Things to Do in Wisconsin Before You Die. She'll be on hand to sign her book, and all the proceeds of this go to our Sun Prairie Emergency Food Pantry, and we're going to talk about that. So come down, sip a traveling cheesehead cocktail, enjoy some pizza, see local tourist organizations that are also featured in this book, and get your picture taken with Jimmy the Groundhog mascot.
Oh, and there's more. Yeah.
Wait, there's
more.
Well, tell me what's going on. How are you?
I am
Since
wonderful. Friday, I think I've been in 5 different cities. No.
Hey, you know what I forgot to talk about?
No, what?
Tonight is Culver's Share Night. I passed right over it. For the Media Center. Actually, it's the Friends of the Media Center, but
Correct.
At Main Street in here in Sun Prairie, a portion of the proceeds tonight between 5 and 8 o'clock will be donated to the Media Center for things like equipment. So this is what I want you to do, because I want you to go, people that are listening, I want you to go to both of these. I want you to go and check out this lady, get her book, get it autographed. It's an autograph that you will put on your shelf and keep forever. How about that?
Aw.
I know, right? And then come down and get a
Butterburger.
Butterburger.
It's in the book.
Is it?
Eat a butter burger at Culver's is at the book. That's why Scoopy's coming tonight to my event.
Oh my God. Oh, what?
I got Scoopy, you didn't. Hot. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, that means you're special. Hey, so let's tell people, who are you? How did you get started? And what is going on? You are the craziest woman I've ever met. You said I didn't say person. I said lady.
Okay.
Yeah. You identify as a lady.
Yeah, sure.
So talk to me about this. How did you get started? How did you come out of the military and start writing books and telling people what to do, where to go, and where to eat?
Oh, I started vlogging. That was it. That was when we wanted to buy a larger house, something that we could move I gotta move my mic closer.
Yeah.
We wanted to
Lift it up.
there we go. Logistics.
I know. It's like, it's got a mind of
There
itself.
we go. We're talking 15 years ago. We wanted to buy a larger house, and we found out what our cute little
Did you
house
say
would sell for.
house?
House.
That's like UP. House.
I didn't think I had an accent until I'm watching like playbacks from like things that I have done for different interviews from different places all over from this book, and I'm like, holy crap, I have an accent.
House.
House.
Oh my gosh. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. So you're looking to buy a big house.
So we found out what ours would sell for, what the other house was going to cost roughly, and the difference was $40,000. I started Operation 40K. So that was the start of the writing and the blogging, and things just kind of spiraled from there. We saved the $40,000 in less than a year. We have our fancy new home that we were going to move my father-in-law into, who was in our house for about 6 weeks before he had to go to assisted living. But and travel was a part of that. I spun the Traveling Cheesehead off of that website.
Yeah.
And I've been doing that since 2013, it looks like.
Oh wow, 20. That's a long time.
Yeah.
10 years. Wow, 10 years. How many books? I didn't mean to choke you up, girl. Come on.
Lots of books.
Lots of books, a lot of blogs, a lot of websites, Facebook pages.
A lot of great memories, travel, things like that.
Yeah. You go ahead. You take a sip, and I'll just sit here and talk on the radio for a little while. Thank good we're not on TV. Oh, we're on Facebook Live. Hey, Jennifer Bull, good morning. Charlie, we already know you're on here. We got Lynn Montgomery. She's listening, and appreciate it. Valerie, thank you. Appreciate you being on and watching the show, you guys. But don't forget to ask questions if you got one out there. You know what I mean? Don't you know?
Don't you know, you're making fun of my accent?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, sure.
But you know, I was all over. I mean, in March, I was in Irving, Texas. Then went up to Green Bay for the governor's conference, and then went back down to Louisiana.
I can't see it.
So the people down south were like, boy, you've really got that accent. And I'm like, no, I don't. You do.
Were you in Austin?
I was in Irving, Texas.
Irving,
which is outside of, what, Dallas?
Dallas, yeah. That's where the Cowboys play.
Mm-hmm.
That other team.
There's another team.
Wait, I know. There's the Packers and
the Packers and, like, the other guy.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
At least you didn't go down to Chicago. Fair country.
Well, I had to fly through Chicago.
I hate when I do that. I swear to God, when you die, you will go through Chicago to get to heaven.
They have some good food, though.
They do?
I like the Shedd Aquarium.
Oh my gosh. Diane Donahue, good morning to you. She's on now. She had to check out us. So, yeah, that travel, you got some serious air miles.
Oh, yeah. I think I'm a frequent flyer on 5 airlines.
Oh my.
Except for Frontier. Frontier is so fun because Frontier's like, here's your $14 ticket. Do you want air on that flight? We'll charge you $25. Do you want a seat? Another $25. Are you thinking about taking something like, a coat? $25.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, Mike Collins, you could probably add to that conversation. You fly a great deal back and forth from Florida, at least. Yeah, I love these airlines. Would you like a seat? It reminds me back in the days of the Beverly Hillbillies, back in the day. Now, it might be before your time.
No, I remember Granny in the back of the truck.
Well, remember when they bought the airline and they ripped out all the seats and they put the wooden benches with ropes for seat belts?
Isn't that awesome?
That's Frontier. No, that's Spirit Air. That's Spirit Air. But it would be better if it was Frontier, I think. But
I miss the airline that had the warm chocolate chip cookies.
Oh, Midwest.
I miss them.
Man, I flew on that a lot.
Mm-hmm. Because of the cookies.
I like this. Sun Country is great, except when it's not. Yeah, we've had that situation. Terry and I've had that situation with Sun Country. But I know Midwest first class seats all through the plane. That was absolutely amazing. Oh my God, what was the one that back in the day, like in 86, 87, 88. That was a while ago.
I was 10.
I was flying all over the United States. And I was what they call the field sales manager for a company called Orthokinetics. And so I'm on an airplane 3 days a week. And it's the MGM Grand airline. And so they had the big plush seats from New York to LA. And I would always arrange my flights where I could fly out of LaGuardia to get that plane to fly to LA. And it was just like the same price as a first class ticket. I was allowed to fly first class. And so it was amazing. I mean, big, but nothing beats my chocolate chip cookies.
Mm-hmm.
Midwest
Warm
Express.
Chocolate chip cookies.
You know, they're trying to put that back together.
I hope so.
That would be another book for you.
That would be fun.
The airlines.
I'm actually starting to get into some of the cruises.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, I get to speak in October for the International Food Wine Travel Writers Association Conference, and it's a 7-day cruise from Vancouver to LA.
When are we leaving?
October 1st. Although a little extra time in Vancouver to play.
To Vancouver, don't you know? Yeah, hey, no. Vancouver's absolutely beautiful. I've skied there. That was a territory a long time ago. That
I saw the plaque.
Did
Bill Baker skied here.
And so I need to make arrangements for that?
Well, it's, I figure it's kind of fun. If I'm speaking for 60 to 90 minutes and we're on a 7-day cruise, they can't really throw me off the boat.
Well, you can water ski off the back if you want.
So I'm dragging my husband along on this one.
You're going to drag him again?
I know, it's terrible.
He's getting tired of dragging. Being dragged, for gosh sakes. I try to sneak in all these, but no, they have
I know, I don't have a big enough suitcase.
Oh, God. We got to work on that. It's back to steamer trunks.
There we go. That would be a thing.
Mm-hmm. Hey, talk to me about the food book you're writing.
So I just got the contract for...
As we both sip coffee. That's really...
You're not doing coffee.
No, I'm drinking tea.
I'm,
We'll talk about your coffee, too.
Okay. Unique Eats and Eateries of Wisconsin. So I get to feature 84 fun places in Wisconsin. And it's more about their backstories, not necessarily what their menu is and stuff like that. So this is kind of fun. As I go back through Wisconsin signing books for, the 100 Things Wisconsin and giving a lot of that money away. Yeah. I get to do research now for restaurants.
So did Tom Anderson ever get back to you?
So, anyways.
That was a no? Tommy, I know you listen to the show, buddy. She's been trying to get a hold of you. You got a great story. I will put a call. I'll text him and also make sure it gets to him so he can do that. Buck & Honey's is going to be one of the historical restaurants in this state. Because of the whole history, the background of Tommy starting in Dannelle's with his family's businesses up there. His sister Amy and the Green Owl up there and the Green Lantern. Green Owl. I do.
What's in that tea?
Huh?
What's in your tea? That must be good stuff.
CBD.
Cool.
With gummies melted.
Ooh.
No. Shh.
Cherry flavored.
Don't tell anybody.
Shh. Nobody heard that one.
But it's a great story of those guys, and I know he's busy right now, making no excuses. But the new store he's opened, or restaurant in Mount Horeb. I mean, it's so proud to have a Sun Prairie guy that started a business, and
Grow.
And then Monona, Wanakee, and now Mount Horeb. Now, Sun Prairie's my favorite location still.
I keep coming back.
Well, I have my table,
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think it's L11.
It's impressive that a business in today's climate, just coming out of the pandemic and with the inflation, restaurants are facing a lot of challenges. So when a restaurant can keep growing and building and opening new locations, that's pretty impressive.
And he kept almost all of his employees because he continued paying them through the pandemic. That says that's a committed business owner. Mm-hmm. And that's tough to do as a restaurant. And I don't know how he did it. That sounds like a great show. I have to have him on and talk about that. Just chit-chat a little bit.
Well, I've been taping TV shows for the Traveling Cheesehead Eats with different Wisconsin restaurants. And
Yeah.
so it was 3 segments. It was the history of the place, then talking about their menu inspiration and food, and then how they made it through COVID. And some of those stories are amazing where like they didn't want their people to know how tough it was. So they're like, their heat was at like 60, 65 the entire time. They had their lights shut off, all of this stuff. They focused on something like fish fries. So they're in the dark wearing coats for people to pick up the fish fry and stuff like that. But they managed to hang in there.
Yeah.
And then I started talking about the inflation. How are you handling it now? Because our prices at the grocery store are up. Same thing for restaurants. And they don't want to turn around and charge $20 for 2 eggs, bacon, hash browns, and toast.
Sure.
So how are they making it through inflation right now? Because they have costs that are going up everywhere just like the rest of us.
Well, yeah, they have to adjust to it. I mean, they've got to adjust. To survive, they have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
The ones that I don't want to see slighted is the help. The wait staff and support staff that help them. And I'm concerned that that's going to happen, but it's interesting, I tell you.
It's a tough market right now.
Okay. I forgot what I was going to say. I got a pop-up. I love when you get those pop-ups. We're waiting for a refrigerator repair guy.
Nice.
Again. For the 3rd time.
He's fixed it 3 times already, or
Yeah.
he just hasn't shown up?
Well, this guy. So back last summer, the fridge went down, and so Terry got on the phone right away to LG. She's calling LG. She was tenacious.
Good.
And then we also had Choice Home Warranty that was covering that. It's an LG, Adam. It's an LG. Which really, I like LG products and stuff, but this fridge has just been, it's keeping 50 degrees in the refrigerator and like 48 degrees in the freezer. But on the console, it says that it's minus 33 on the freezer, and it doesn't give you it says it's 38 on the refrigerators. The numbers are wrong. It won't work. So anyway, a guy comes out. I go through Choice Home Warranty on this one, and a guy comes out and goes, "Yep, I know exactly what you need." He was there 5 minutes. Left. He said, "I'll be back in 2 weeks." I'm like, 2 weeks? We got no fridge, no freezer. We're out of styrofoam coolers, and thank God we have a little fridge downstairs. But so he comes back 2 weeks later, puts the part in. He's there maybe an hour, gone. And it said, "Well, let's see what happens in an hour." Well, guess what? Nothing.
Didn't work.
Nothing happened. So I get back on the phone, and they're like, "I'm sorry, we've already completed our job." No, you didn't complete it. It's not fixed, so you didn't complete it. And they're like, "Well, so you'll have to go back to the warranty company. You'll have to put in another claim." I'm like, stepped in what? I know. So I did. So again, we have to wait another week. The guy's going to come out today, and Terry and I have already talked about this. He's going to come out and he's going to go, "Oh, well, I think I see what I'll have to order those parts."
2 weeks.
It'll be another 2 weeks. I'm going to go live it. This mild-mannered guy over here with the gray hair is going to go, yeah, psycho.
Do you know roughly what time so that I can like brace for when the Prairie, the ripple goes through the community?
Well, yeah, I should send out a siren, right?
There you go.
Get that alarm that goes off.
One of your local services, yeah.
I know. Anyway, you should do one on fridges. You can write on anything. Actually, I think you have written on anything and everything.
Pretty much. No, I'm just kidding.
But anyway, enough about my fridge. So we're waiting for that to happen today. That's what I get to wait around. We'll be there between 8 and 5. Okay, 8 and 5. Thank you. I'd love to be able to run a business like that. Yes, we'll be there between 8 and 5.
It's even better when it's like 4:45 and they haven't gotten there yet.
Uh-huh.
And somebody in the office forgot to let you know they had run so far behind. It'll be tomorrow.
Adam Pankow says the supply chain has been rough. Yeah. It's like COVID. I mean, we blamed COVID for things for so long, and how long do we go to we have to say, stop blaming the supply chain?
No, what we need is more manufacturing in this country.
This is true.
This is what we need.
Yeah, so enough about my fridge. I want to hear about the book, 100 Things You Got to Do Before You Die in Wisconsin.
Okay.
Tell me about it. What's in there?
All sorts of fun things. They have broken down into 5 categories. That's what I had to kind of put things into.
Uh-huh.
So, food and drink, music and entertainment, sports and recreation.
Wait, music and entertainment. Talk about that.
Music. Oh, I can't tell you everything about what's in the book.
Well, tease you.
Tease you.
Tease you.
Well, we have so many fun things in there. I have, predict the weather with Jimmy the Groundhog. Because this is the groundhog capital of the world. And when I was in Irving, Texas, faced off with somebody from Pennsylvania. I'm like, no, you got the imposter.
Phil?
Yeah. And he goes, but Phil's older. And I said, well, that explains a lot then. So, but, we have so many fun things. What I love about Wisconsin, so many different ethnic groups came into Wisconsin.
Uh-huh.
We have so many different industries like the fishing, the logging, the mining, the agriculture. No matter where you go, our state is so incredibly diverse with such an incredible collection of different people and histories and stories to tell. There's so many fun things to do depending on where you just point your car.
Yeah, I agree. Hey, Adam wants you to know. I said that she was right on that. Definitely need to bring more of it back and where we can have more control over it. Only tough part might be staffing the facilities. Yeah, that's true, because we have people in Wisconsin, people in the United States that just don't want to work.
I don't think it's that they don't want to work. I think that there became more of a digital nomad situation.
Ooh, explain that.
So COVID struck, and all of a sudden you have 3.2 million moms that can't work because someone had to stay home and take care of the kids, and they usually are the ones that made the smaller paycheck.
Yeah.
People found different ways to work.
Huh.
So even business buildings with giant offices are having a hard time getting their employees back into the buildings because they can do their jobs from home. People are taking their laptops and RVs and they're hitting the road while they're doing their work.
Huh. Isn't that something?
But they're making more money as digital nomads, depending on what kind of outsourcing or work that they're doing, than they did, let's say, waiting on tables or working in a retail clothing store or checking out at a grocery store. So I think that with manufacturing, when jobs that are well-paying come back and with benefits, we might see some of the shift on that.
I need you to take a break, and I need you to pull those blinds because the sun has decided to come out again over Sun Prairie. Sun over Sun Prairie. You know that cool logo that we currently have? Yep. Not the new logo, but the old logo. There we go. Now we'll be able to see your smiling face. I like that. Adam says that a lot have moved on to other jobs, chased other opportunities.
Yep.
Childcare makes it not financially worthwhile, or they retired. There's a lot of bundled in, but either side picks their argument. That's true. That's true. I mean, there's a lot going on out there. I think our society's changing.
Oh yeah.
It's big. It's gonna be something. Terry retiring. She's had 25 years, and her goal was to go 30 years in teaching, and she's had it. And the combination: kids, parents, administrators. So they're losing a good teacher, a special ed teacher.
A lot of good teachers have gone, yeah.
Right, but there's just something going on out there, and I wish I could put my finger on it.
If we had all the answers.
I know. I'd be Howard Stern.
Mm-hmm. With short hair.
Kelsey Miles is a local musician that is making it big, and she's moving down to Kansas City. She's leaving Wisconsin. She actually, one of her first big shows, was with the Media Center with 103.5 over at Wetmore Park. We had featured her in our first or second birthday parties, I think it was. I can't remember. Thinking back now. And got to know her really well, and over the years become good friends. And it's wonderful to watch this lady just grow as a musician. Has a PhD in organic chemistry. That was going to be her life. She decided to pick up the guitar, and 2 years later she had already just mastered this guitar. Now she has a sound that is just amazing. I'm trying to get her onto the CBS's morning show on Saturday mornings, where they feature the musicians. I think it'd be so cool because she does have that voice that's just something else. Then we got the Prairie Boys. Used to be Soggy Prairie Boys, or no, now it's just Soggy Prairie, not Prairie Boys. It's Soggy Prairie because now they have ladies also, which is absolutely again fantastic. Cody Finer and his entire group, a Sun Prairie band, of course. So that's pretty cool. You got 930 Standard. You've got Jerry Alexander, who's locally here, one of the most incredible guitar players that I have watched, and I've seen a lot of them. Billy McLaughlin is one of my favorites that plays guitar, but Jerry is just absolutely amazing. I think you can see him every Tuesday night at Buck and Honey's. In fact, 930 Standard will be playing at my wedding on January 24th. So we've made that arrangement. Can't wait to that.
I didn't know you had gotten engaged.
Oh yeah, I'm doing it. Yeah. Oh, I did that. That was a year ago.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So it's going to be fun. But music for me is exciting. I love music and all that. I love our local bands that are there, even if they're they have their own sound, and so Madison County, big draw, country band, big, huge draw that's out there. Cherry Bomb, big draw, bar scene and all that. If you want to make money off alcohol and stuff, and bring in two of those bands, you'll get a cover and you'll make a lot of money in alcohol. They do a great job. But so there's just some music for your book I was just telling you about.
I love, when local bands grow and grow and grow. It's kind of a fun thing. I think it's not an easy market for a lot of people to break into, but the unique sound. That's one of my favorite things about watching these, like America's Got Talent or The Voice or whatever, is seeing all of these new people kind of, come in and what they've got that's different.
Oh, I know. It's getting. That's an interesting conversation we're going to have now.
Okay.
America's Got Talent. Some of it, I honestly feel it's staged. So you've got some people that are, let's say that they've been in Nashville, or they might be on just the cusp of that next step, and they come in there. Where, that's The Voice I'm thinking about, not America's Got Talent. But America's Got Talent, I mean, these people are coming in there. Some of those ventriloquists. I love ventriloquists. I love to talk without moving my lips.
I'm really good at being the dummy.
Are you?
Yeah.
Your husband said that, but
Come sit on my lap and I'll pretend to talk for you. Yeah.
Okay. There you have it. Oh my gosh.
But I know what you mean, because some of the people on those shows are amazing.
Uh-huh.
You're like, wow. And then there's the ones that are so bad. They're put on there just so that you just have like, really?
I know. It seems staged, doesn't it?
Well, reality TV is not
It's
reality.
staged. No, it's not. It's
No,
staged.
no,
It's
totally.
staged. I know the real estate shows are, because I know the people that are on the shows, and we talk about it, and it's like, oh my God, really? Come on. Yeah, they're not keeping the furniture, okay? Yeah, this isn't given to them. They're paying for all this stuff. And they only do part of a house when they do the makeover, I like the show my show is Homes on Homes. Do you know what that show is?
No.
It's a Canadian guy, don't you know?
Oh.
And so he comes in and fixes people's problems. They've had a contractor come in now, and it's not right, so he comes in and fixes it. Yeah. I mean, that's got to be a little staged too, but I don't know. What's real anymore?
Wow.
I know. Right? Well, you know what's real right now?
What's real?
Aaron Rodgers is not going to the Jets. Now, being a cheesehead that you are, traveling the entire state that you have.
I missed that. He's not going to the Jets because he wanted to go to the Jets. That's why he left.
Well, he's trying to get there, but now you've been in Green Bay.
Yeah.
You wore that cheesehead there.
Totally.
You got the feel of the Packers.
Mm-hmm.
The whole spirit's there. You walk in and Lombardi follows you everywhere. It's just you're overcome. I mean, it's what it's all about. And so he wants to go to the Jets. Well, you got a contract, buddy. You're playing for the Packers. Unless unless the Jets give the Packers what they want.
Yeah.
If not, you're staying home.
I think that at least the feeling I got from the last couple of times I was in Green Bay last month.
Uh-oh, here comes.
People are like,
The opinion of the
let him
traveling
go.
cheesehead.
Just get rid of him. Let him. He doesn't want to be here. We don't want him. You know.
He wants the money, though.
Don't we all?
Well, yeah, I don't mind him getting the money. I mean, they want him to have this money. He's got to play. You know, but I kept saying, okay, he's going to play a couple of games. He's going to get hurt, and there'll be a career, and he still gets paid. But there's probably insurance on all that stuff too.
Probably.
Yeah. So you're let him go, Gal?
You know, if somebody just doesn't want to be there, they're not going to give 100% or
Yeah.
110%. Just get rid of them.
You know, here's the thing about these guys. I love football. Football's my thing.
No kidding. That's a surprise.
Oh yeah. It's hard to give it up. It's that, you know, they really get paid to practice. They play for free. They love it so much. And to let go of that, even if you go to your high school kids, and having been one once, I can tell you, I get the itch every year. I would love to play football one more time. And then, would you please come see me after I get out of the hospital?
I'll sign the cast.
I know.
All three of them. But you know, if you're supposed to be a quarterback, that means you're supposed to lead the team and encourage and motivate and excite. And if you don't want to be there, you're not leading and inspiring the team to do anything. Get rid of him.
Wow. He's getting paid, was it 47? Adam, you'll know this, $47,000?
Some crazy.
47 million, not thousand. 47,000. Get out of here, 47,000. $47 million. Wow.
To not do his job.
No, to do his job. If he doesn't do his job, he gets sit on the bench and get paid that amount of money.
I know, but when you're not leading and motivating and exciting your team, and
Yeah.
so that's not doing your job then.
I don't think it's a good choice for the Jets. He's going to get 1 year maybe. They might get maybe 2 years out of the guy. And he is not going to win a Super Bowl with the Jets. He's just not. It ain't happening. I don't think he's going to win one with the Packers either, but it's...
Well, and I'm not exactly a football expert. My husband will go, okay, and then he's a tight end. I go, he certainly is. He's pretty. You know, that's, but still.
Yeah, but you're also the one out there going, drop the puck! Drop the puck!
Oh, I love to do that, especially when there's kids and they're wearing jerseys for different teams. It's like, I know it's a Brewers jersey, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I love that guy, that number 6. How many touchdowns did he score last season? And the 8-year-old little kid just looks at me like, this is for baseball. I'm terrible. I'm horrible.
Funny. That's funny. Oh my gosh. So, all right. Well, I thought the traveling cheesehead would have this vision of what's going to happen with Aaron Rodgers. And
The feeling I got from talking to people who live in Green Bay when I was there, they're just like, get rid of them. You know, I think they've had enough. But that's not what, like, you know, the actual Packers people are talking about. So,
oh, sure.
as an owner of the Green Bay Packers,
Oh,
my
yes.
thoughts are.
I'm with you on that. So Adam says, supply and demand. If you can find someone to buy it, why wouldn't you sell it?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true. I agree. Well, it's kind of like my T-shirts, Adam. I've had for 40 years, 50 years, that I can't wear anymore. And I ain't getting rid of them. And then worse than that, it's my hats. I have hats. I have bags of hats and hats. Don't you have them? You're a guy. You gotta have a hat for everything. And you can't get rid of them.
At least you can make a quilt out of the T-shirts.
What? Cut up those T-shirts?
They take them and they have, like, they stack them all up and they do a square, and you can have quilts made out of T-shirts.
I will tell you that...
That's awesome.
Green Bay is like a mafia. Once you're out, you're out. Yeah, we're going to take care of this guy. You don't get out with the Packers. They kind of put you outside of that. Take him for a ride. Let him meet Tony Bag of Donuts. Say hello to
donuts.
Say hello to my friend. Oh, God.
You had me at donuts. Yum.
Did you bring some? I should have picked us some up.
Now you're thinking.
I know.
Not a morning guy, huh? Friday, I can wait until Friday.
So how long did it take you to write the book?
You know, it took, let's see, about 4 months.
Yeah, 4 months. That's not bad.
Because in March, when I was at the Governor's Conference on Tourism, and when I heard the stuff that was going on with the state of the state and tourism, I changed the focus, and then I had my manuscript in by August 1st. So.
Well, I think it's kind of cool. Honestly, I was really impressed when I saw that you were at Barnes and Noble on the west side.
That was yesterday.
And are you going to be at Barnes and Noble on the east side?
Eventually.
But the other thing is, then all of a sudden I had to go to Amazon, and there you were.
Top #1 new release for 5.5 weeks now.
And there's one left. If you go into Amazon, there's one left.
They've been restocking, but my publisher, when they do their initial print run, they sold them all. They had to do another print run.
Oh,
and
gosh.
that's before my book was officially launched. So that's kind of cool, because I'm using the book, as you know, to give like $1 million back to nonprofits in Wisconsin. And so the more books that sell, the more money I can give away.
So talk about that. I mean, that's a big number, Dannelle. That's a 1 million. I thought it was $500,000.
I said up to $1 million, but I started by saying 500,000. I'm giving over 500,000 away, and there was the book's 100 things to do in Wisconsin before you die. I actually have 191 businesses in it, but like tonight, instead of Salvatore's, all the books are going to benefit our Sun Prairie Emergency Food Pantry. I'm doing food pantries, public libraries, veterans groups, nonprofit tourism places like Heritage Hill in Green Bay,
Oh, wow.
the Living History Museums, things like that.
My hat's off to you. My cheese hat's off to you.
Well,
I do have
thank
one,
you,
by
sir.
the way.
Well, of course you do.
Anybody's
It came with the Packer stock.
That's a big number. So you're doing the food pantry, or Sun Prairie Emergency
Food pantry here
Food
in town.
Pantry here,
Mhm.
right? There's something else. Aren't you working with Chambers also?
Oh, for tonight?
No, but I mean, aren't you donating money to the Chambers or something like that?
Depending on where I am or what I'm doing for the different events.
Okay.
So, like when I go to, I want to say, I'm going off the top of my head, I think April 20th, I'm at the Buckhorn Supper Club in Milton, Wisconsin. And they have the Kevin Pope Foundation, because that's one of the owners, it's from their family, and he passed. They have the Kevin Pope Foundation that they do like golf classics for. So I'll be there signing books, and the profits that day will go to the Kevin Pope Foundation. I'm all over doing things to donate money to different communities all over Wisconsin.
Well, I know. I mean, I think that's just absolutely fabulous. Did you just wake up one morning and go, I'm going to just give $1 million away?
When I was at the Governor's Conference last year, I heard that Wisconsin got less federal COVID relief dollars in the tourism than any other Midwest state. And tourism and real estate go hand in hand. I mean, you know this. If there's a community that's not bringing fresh people in, then they're not going, ooh, this is a really neat place. I like this restaurant. Maybe we should move here. Look at all these things to do. When you have people stop coming in, and then businesses stop thriving, and then schools start closing,
Sure.
that's tough. So tourism is so important to keep a fresh influx of people, extra money to stimulate the economy. It just, overall, it's a win. So I was like, okay, how can I call attention to some of these places that could use a little extra love?
Uh-huh.
And then at the same point, how can I use the profits I make on the back end to even help out more?
I love that. You know, it just brings me back to tourism in Sun Prairie. What we're missing in our city is that tourism, the destination, that gets an overnight. You need that overnight stay. So, like this new ugly logo that was created recently for the city of Sun Prairie.
I haven't looked at it.
Don't waste your time. In fact, if you do, get a bucket, because you'll throw up when you see it. I mean, you look at it and go, you spent $95,000 on that? Oh my God. See my eyes roll? Yeah, I'm not opinionated at all about it at all, but please. And they're just going to shove it down our throat. Anyway, they could have so much fun with that and really make some effort to really expand the city, but that's just not being done. Anyway, where was I going with that? What we're missing are things that get people to stay overnight. We're not a destination city except for two things: Groundhog Day and Cornfest. But Groundhog Day is in and out. They don't make it a week-long activity of substantial events. There's ice carvings and there's 5K runs and all that. But we need to expand that even more to bring in more tourism into the city to make it even more worthwhile. Now, Cornfest got some great bands. I mean, that's one of the biggest draws of these bands. I mean, especially the Latino community on Sunday. That draw is huge. Now, if it were me, the thing I would want to do is put it at at Ashley Field. Look at that, what I could do with that field, with the music and stuff like that. Jack Marchese had a great idea. Jack Marchese wants a sports field similar to what they have in the Dells. If you've ever been up there, I mean, they've got like 5 football fields, all artificial turf, like maybe 5 or 6 baseball fields, softball. They play soccer, lacrosse, football. It's an event where you come up there for the weekend. So those are tourism dollars all for the weekend. And we could do it here, and there's a place to do it. We'd have to work with the city of Madison to do it, but we could create the exact same thing here. And that's, I think, where our focus is lacking in our city. We are a city of, 38,000 people? It's coming up on 38,000 people. We don't have a curling rink, but Portage does. Poinette does. I mean, all these little bitty places. Curling is a huge event here in the cold months, and curling season's about to end. But man, you look at Stevens Point and their curling rink; it is to die for. Man, Adam is going crazy here. He's got a lot of comments on this. Adam, keep those groundhogs away from the ears of people. Mayor's, right? Talk to the constituents. They're a great source of knowledge. Yeah, they are. I agree. We just need to get politicians that actually listen to their constituents. We had 3 alders this past week, Adam, that actually listened to their constituents when they told them that they didn't feel that the new logo or this marketing campaign that they spent $95,000 did not represent Sun Prairie. And when you have Steve Stalker, Terry McElroy, and Brent Iceburner, 3 of the prominent alders step up and go no, because their constituents told those are good alders.
Why didn't they do like a contest? Like have people submit their art ideas with like Canva, AI art, all of that?
That's a lot of
the
work.
potential would have been, it wouldn't have been $95,000 or whatever.
No.
But have people submit.
Yeah, I'm with you.
That would have been a huge, I think, community involvement, and it would have been a little thriftier, but.
Yeah, and you could pay for another cop with that $95,000. They're always looking for money to. But this was funded out of the tourism department.
Mm-hmm.
It was funded by the room charge, the room tax.
The room
I love
taxes.
this. We get taxed for everything. I'm surprised we haven't had a tea party. Throw taxes over the side. Hey, Lois Schultz. Good morning. I'm surprised we haven't had a Boston Tea Party taxation without representation.
A ton of towns, though, use the hotel tax for tourism and stuff like that.
They do. So that's where that money came from. So we have that in the fund. But we could do so much more stuff. Well, here's the thing about using local artists. We don't use local for anything in government. I think this marketing campaign that did the logo was in Florida. The equity study that's going on right now is Milwaukee. The housing study was Chicago.
Sometimes I think you do need to bring outside sources in because it's a fresh perspective on what you might not see as somebody who is inside. But I mean, as far as like logos design and all that, who knows your community better than your community?
Are you watching your screen?
Me?
Christina, I love you. You're right. It couldn't pay for a cop. State rules. That's our wonderful chamber executive director. Love that lady. She has done so many wonderful things for our little chamber of commerce.
I adore her.
She has knocked it out of the park. It makes us. That's the representation that Sun Prairie needs always. Wouldn't she make a great mayor? But we don't want her to be mayor. We want her to stay as the director for the chamber.
The chamber is growing, and the the networking and the connectivity and the building of the community within the chamber and business community, she's been brilliant with it.
Right. Hey, Sandy Morelli, nice. Good morning to you. Glad you could join us. But no, Christine, we're bragging on you because we're proud of you and what you've accomplished. You've got a great staff with Barbara and Mary and Cameron and the little bitty staff and the things that you've done. The membership numbers are through the roof. I'm very proud to be an ambassador and to hang out with people like this lady across from me. I met Dannelle at the chamber, and that's where our friendship started. And
we were both sassy right away.
we were. I mean,
it's hilarious.
We both talked about that. It was like there was a connection, like boom.
That was it.
Boom. The rest of the room didn't matter. It was just you and I talking.
Pretty much.
Everybody else.
Well, Christina and the Sun Prairie Chamber with the Corn Fest, they were recognized at the Wisconsin Governor's Conference on Tourism.
Absolutely.
So that was incredible. I was there because I was there as a travel writer, but I was able to take pictures and stuff like that of Christine there. It was so awesome.
She's awesome. We love her.
Mm-hmm.
We're so proud. I mean, I honestly can say I'm not trying to butter her up. Get it? Corn Fest, butter her up. Oh, come on. All right, I got bad jokes this morning, I guess.
No, stuff it with everybody.
But it is exciting. Look at if people knew the effort that goes behind that Corn Fest, I don't think that they get it. I just don't.
That's a sign of a good team, is that if they can pull something together and make it look effortless.
Absolutely.
That means brilliance is happening behind the scenes.
Absolutely. And it also is the way that we can pull volunteers together to make that happen. Just very proud of that. I would like us to do a little bit more with Corn Fest, but and when I say that, I know she's going to say, well, you could join the committee for that. Yes, I'd be happy to, but I mean, at that Corn Fest, we could do even more things. But one thing I'd like to see us do down at Angel Park is snowmobile races in like February. Wouldn't that be cool? I think it's big enough. Adam, how about that? How about snowmobile races at Angel Park? We could do that. They run midgets there.
See, when we were kids, we were behind the snowmobiles on a rope on like the big, like the big inflatables that you behind your boats when you're the water skiing boats.
Oh yeah.
So we were like riding the big like rubber rafts and stuff like that behind the snowmobiles and bouncing all over the place, and we thought that was more fun than anything.
We did that behind cars hanging onto the bumper.
There's only going to be a little bit of a liability issue with insurance and stuff like that on this event now, as we're already starting to plan it. A little bit, just a little.
Insurance, who needs insurance?
They only bounced once. They're still okay. Get up. Rub some dirt in it.
I know.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, rub some dirt and get up and get out of here. Johnny Danger, good morning, buddy. One of my biggest fans, and I'm a big fan of his. Thanks for joining, pal. We appreciate it. Talking about Corn Fest and making it even more. Bigger Corn Fest.
You know what, though? This year at the Governor's Conference on Tourism,
yeah.
I always pick and sit in all the different sessions and stuff. And the number crunchers were there, and they were talking about how we're not in a recession. It might dip for about 3 months, but it'll be over before the end of the year.
Sure.
So there's nothing to worry about. And then they kind of recalibrated and said, unless you make under $50,000 a year.
Oh, well, explain that.
Well, for families that make under $50,000 a year, tourism, and that might change things because of the way that the economy is right now. And I'm sitting there going, they just discounted a huge percentage of the population.
Sure.
These are the day trippers.
Yep.
These are the people that will come to things like Corn Fest.
Absolutely.
So they're buying gas in our community,
Yep.
maybe food, groceries, and stuff like that for the picnic that they want, or they're, buying in and getting corn and doing different things at the festival that we turn around then and give nonprofit businesses checks with. These are the people that go to your public zoos or your Sun Prairie Historical Museum. They make a day out of the event. Maybe they're coming to the races on Sunday night.
Right.
This is a huge percentage of the population that all of a sudden they discounted. And these people bring a lot of money into the communities. These people, the homeschoolers that want to go, like I said, to the Sun Prairie Historical Museum or check out the George O'Keeffe plaques and things like that.
Sure.
That was just one of my things this year that it was like, ooh, And that's why my book and the focus in these living history museums and all these places I'm donating money to are more important than ever, is because this service is a part of the community that's really going to be tapped this year.
Absolutely. I mean, you're right on with that. It's true. The recession, we're going through some stuff. I mean, we are going, and we have to adjust to it. And we are good at adjusting to things. Believe me, after the last 2-3 years, yeah, we're really good at adjusting. Some better than others, but the things that we can do as a city, as a state, but I think it's to start in the nucleus.
And build.
Huh?
Locally and then build.
Right, and go out from there. I'd love to see us with the chamber do a buy local program that really promotes Sun Prairie. Bam, bam, bam. Go Sun Prairie. If I can't buy it in Sun Prairie, go take the next, make it like a bullseye where you've got the middle and then you've got rings going outside of that, and that's how you purchase things. It's so easy today because of Amazon and Costco, just to go on your computer and order it from Amazon. Because Amazon, and Terry and I were talking about this yesterday at breakfast, they have demonstrated their value proposition. Their value proposition is buy your product, get it fast, I'll take it back if you don't like it. No problem. It's no problem. Ever a problem. Costco, same thing. Come in, buy it online, buy it at the store. You don't like it, we'll bring it back.
I think we're building that, and Christina's doing a good job. I mean, like I was in Sheboygan last week, and so I was in an independent bookstore talking to her, and this fall we'll do a book signing. But then when I was at a coffee shop, they had a display of books in the bookcases, and it was the same bookstore gal's logo stuff. And then I found in the bookstore they had something about yoga and stuff like that, so the local yoga instructor will do something there once a week. And then I'm in the game shop, and profits from one of these games was donated to somebody else, and somebody else, all of a sudden this is going for the independent bookshop because it was a puzzle with independent books, and her bookstore was listed on the puzzle, and the puzzle, when you looked it up, their interconnectivity of businesses was so easy to see from an outsider. And I think we're building that in Sun Prairie. Christina's amazing. She's doing such a great job making the connections and putting the events together for us to make our own connections. I think it's building.
Well, I want to know if she's being facetious on this. She says, excellent. Christina Williams says, excellent. I have a committee chair for buy local program. Really?
She's talking about you, not me.
Is it?
She's talking about you.
I would love to do that, Christina, because I think it's so important. I really do. I mean, we've got some amazing companies, amazing businesses in this. Thank you. All right.
Wait. She said you. Is it you, Bill, or you, Dannelle?
I would love to do that. It'd be a whole campaign of that, and but I really do think it's important, and I know you do too. I know Christina believes the same thing, but I love to do it this way: buy it here, if I can. I want to buy it in Sun Prairie. It might cost me a little bit more.
Oh, she just said both. We're screwed.
Oh no. Let me volunteer again. I'm raising my. I would love to do that. That's a challenge. I mean, that's a really good challenge, and I know that's one that we could pull off as the chamber. But buy it here and then go. So, Faded Roots is one of my favorite stores in Sun Prairie. It's a ladies' store. Have you been there?
Yeah.
Okay. Jennifer Lee is amazing. I go there first if I'm buying a gift for Terry, and then I go outside of those rings if I can. I got to tell you, one of the worst places I went to recently, it's going to surprise you, outside of Sun Prairie, because I had no choice. Macy's.
Oh. So did you have to stand on a box and yell to find someone to check you out?
There is nobody. You have to, I don't know what it's like. I don't know how to describe. I feel like I'm going to Costco where you get your stuff and just take it to a checkout, It was, I bought some pants. I needed some pants.
Thank you for wearing pants. I appreciate it.
Well, the pants in my closet have shrunk.
Oh, how rude.
I know.
The moths are getting very creative.
I think I just got a shrinking closet. I don't know. Anyway, I had to buy some. And there's no men's store in Sun Prairie. In fact, a men's store, there's not that many around anymore. I mean, Men's Warehouse, things like that. Why they're in Madison, not Sun Prairie, I don't know. We can work on that, Christina. A friend of mine, Mike Prue, owned Wollenberg's. That was a men's store. Used to buy all my stuff there. And we're missing that. The men's store is missing in Sun Prairie. So, but
The
anyway,
closest we have is a men's department in Walmart, and then that's
that's
all your sports gear. That's pretty much all that they
Yeah,
really
that's
carry,
not-
and jeans and underwear.
right. It's not what I'm looking for.
No.
Not what I'm looking for. How about that? I've gotten good at sliding that door.
Impressive.
Thank you very much. But when we're talking about, it's like your books and all that, and how you bring attention to our state and the things around there and of what's going on. And I'm so appreciative of that. I can't wait to read the book. I know. Is there a checklist in there so we can check off every place?
Well,
Wouldn't that be a cool contest?
I was telling everybody to use it kind of like a passport to fun. So, with a passport, when you go places, you have them sign it. There's 191 businesses in there, so if you take holidays off, do something every weekend, you can kind of go flip through pages of the book and then stick your finger in and oh, today we're going to go to Harbor Ridge Winery in Egg Harbor. Cool. But then when you get to Harbor Ridge, have them sign the book so that you've kind of created a passport of memories from all your experiences that you've done.
I have an idea for you.
Oh, good. I love ideas.
Oh, I know. $1 million idea.
Ooh.
Get a sponsor to set this up for $1 million.
Okay.
The prize is $1 million.
All right.
And you put out a checklist on your book of every location you have in there. And then they're put into a drawing at the end of the year for $1 million. Because it's the $1 million book then. Because what you've done is...
I'm already giving $1 million out with the book.
Yeah, but this is to individuals that buy the book.
See, I tell everybody
It's
at
like
the
a
events
passport.
to hold it up, take a picture, and then Instagram or whatever, and use the hashtag 100thingsWI. And every month I'm going from that hashtag, pulling people and doing a drawing.
Okay, I like that. I'm trying to give people money.
Well, I don't give people money, but I'm giving money to the places that people go so
Yeah, but
that
this
they
would be
can
$1
still
million
be
from
there.
you. It would be $1 million from one of your sponsors.
Oh, for one of my sponsors.
Yeah, not you giving $1 million.
Ooh, so like a collaborative.
Yes.
I think I can talk to Baker Realty about that.
How about the Packers? How about the Brewers? How about
Milwaukee Bucks with the Greek Freak.
how about one call does it all?
I think someone's got that slogan right.
Yeah, that's him. You go see him.
Oh.
One call does it all. What a great campaign for that, though.
That would be fun.
It makes it a contest. So it is your passport. So they're actually filling out a passport.
Yes.
They're having their passport stamped
Yes.
at each one of those. That would be way cool. It's Cabela's. I love Cabela's, Adam. They don't make too many men's suits, stuff like that. But they're not local either.
I think that's where I got my camp here, don't care hat.
Camp here, don't care.
Yeah, so when you're camping, it's not like you're getting up and throwing curlers in there or anything like that. Camp here, don't care.
Somebody asked me the other day, while we're talking about my son, my youngest son has long hair. It's down to his shoulders, and he uses a man bun and all that stuff. Did you hear me go? Anyway, they said, why do you have short hair if he's got such long hair? And I'm like, I get up, I wash it, and that's it. And then just dry it off. I don't have to, there's no gel, there's no combing, blow drying, any of that stuff.
Well,
Makes
at
it
least you're
easy.
not like my husband. I love him dearly, but now when he goes, the haircuts are getting more expensive. It's the finder's fee. Shh, I didn't say that.
Oh my gosh. I go to see my dad. He goes, "Gotta give me a haircut today."
Which one?
My dad?
No, which hair?
Oh, that's right. You take the clippers. My brother-in-law shaves his head. I mean, I tell you. Lawyering is differently a lucrative. Yeah, lawyering. Layering. Oh, no. Lawyering. I can't say that word. Lawyering. Being a lawyer.
There's a few words I can't say.
I know. Really? So, what else about the book? Talk more about the book. We want people to come out and see you down at Salvatore's tonight,
Like I said, all profits tonight go to the Sun Prairie Emergency Food Pantry, and this just really was a passion project, being able to talk about fun things to see and do in Wisconsin, and places that, whether they're mom and pop places or nonprofits, living history museums, things like that, places to support. You're keeping our dollars in Wisconsin, supporting neighbors, creating jobs, and making a difference.
I love that about you. I do. Hey, what time does it start tonight?
From 5 to 8.
Salvatore's down on Main Street. If you don't know Salvatore's, and if you've never had one of their pizzas, get one tonight. Actually, I don't want you to buy one tonight. I want you to get another night. I want you to go down and see Dannelle tonight, get your book, get it autographed. Then I want you to go over to Culver's, and I want you to buy 100 Butterburgers.
Well, and I have samples of the pizzas
Oh,
for
okay.
people to try tonight.
You do?
This was not a night that he was normally open. I picked a night he was closed, so I wouldn't interfere with his normal business.
You know, I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
and you're
they're not
exactly
open
right.
Mondays. They're
oh
not
my
open
gosh.
Mondays.
So,
So
what,
we sampled the pizzas tonight. We have lots of different.
what kind of pizza? Which one did you pick?
Okay, a variety.
Parmesan?
I told him to surprise me.
Oh, you did? Okay.
We love the Fat Uncle Tony.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind that at all.
Because it's got like 5 different kinds of meats. Protein's good for you.
Laura Mead says it is on her book list.
Aww.
Nice job, Laura. Thanks.
What I love the most about this project is how incredible the Sun Prairie community has come together to support this. First of all, the chamber, fantastic. The different businesses in the chamber, they've all been excited about things since I've been talking about it. The city is sending me Jimmy the Groundhog for my event tonight. My publisher was amazing. They sent the first initial batch of books via freight to keep the cost down, so my profit margin was bigger and I could donate more money. But our Sun Prairie utilities, the Sun Prairie Water and Light, let us have their loading dock for my delivery to come in last week. And then the guys were amazing. They were all helping load the boxes into my car for
Aren't
me.
they amazing?
I mean, just all of these little tiny things. Patrick saying, sure, not a problem, come on in. The emergency food pantry saying, thank you, we love this idea, they'll be there tonight. Some of the different businesses that I've worked with, like Susan from Janesville, who's actually acknowledged in the book because Janesville was so incredibly wonderful and helpful with the project. I call her now and I don't even finish my sentence. She's like, what do you need? I love her. Fort Atkinson Chamber will be there tonight. And you know, we lose one family farm a day in Wisconsin. So eat farm to
Excuse me?
We do. We lose one family farm a day in Wisconsin.
Where'd you get that?
Well, Sheila from the Wisconsin Agricultural Tourism Association will be there tonight to tell everybody more, but
What, she said that to you?
it's true. That's why Eat Farm to Fork is so important, because you're building that community with your local farmers. You're keeping more money and you're supporting your local economy. So people like Patrick, who locally source stuff.
Yes, he does.
I mean, I adore him. He's absolutely insane at 6 o'clock being at the farmer's market in Madison, you know, on Saturdays, but he's connected with his farmers and he supports many different farmers. But
Sure.
that's why it's important to go to the pick your own places, the goat farms, the corn mazes, things like that. You're supporting your farmers who have gone into agritourism
Sure.
to stay viable.
Well, even in our summertime, and something that I host is the farmers market.
Yeah,
Downtown
this is
Sunford.
important.
I mean, Wells Farms, that's a big one. Sarah Wells, who's a chamber member also. and
Great beef.
Her beef is absolutely fantastic. We've bought quite a bit from her, and it's fantastic. And her recipes that go with it.
Nice.
But I mean, you're right on with this. I mean, this is all distilled to buy local. And now, are all of the vendors at a farmers market from Sunbury? No, but they're Wisconsin.
They're still farmers.
And yes, they are. They're still farmers. That's true. Oh, Adam says you can taste the freshness. His official slogan began, "All Wisco, no Cisco."
Oh, he's talking about Patrick.
Yeah.
That was even on his shirts.
I know that's so cool. But yeah, so what else about it? We talked about music. We've talked about local. What else do you have in there to chat about?
Well, when I talk about living history museums,
Since I've never seen the book.
I held it up for you.
You're teasing
Would you like
me.
to fondle it? Here, go ahead. Fondle the book.
Wow.
So one of my favorite pictures in there, it's from Heritage Hill, and it's a young man who just did the flag raising ceremony at their little fort there, and he's saluting the flag. And I got to chat with him. He was a high school student who was looking forward to going away to college to study history, and so he thought this was the best job ever, working at Heritage Hill. And then I realized, oh my gosh, that is so true to the history of the military for the last few hundred years. It's the babies that were wearing the uniforms and doing the bulk of the fighting and stuff like that. So you had Civil War, 16, 17, 18-year-old kids from the historic, French fur trader movement on up. A lot of kids. Look at the kids that come out of high school now and still go into the military. God bless them all. But that to me was one of the most powerful photos that I took the more I sat there and thought about it, and how It always has been. Okay, I shouldn't say babies, but I mean, I have a teenager. I have a 16-year-old, so to me, they're all still babies. Too bad. But that is just part of the backbone of this country, and that was, to me, one of the most powerful things.
Have you been to our Veterans Museum downtown?
Yeah, they're in the book.
They are in the book? I see.
It's an incredible Veterans Museum.
A free museum.
Huge, amazing. I've seen veterans museums all over the place, and what's nice is you
And it
can make
changes.
a day of it because you can tour our Capitol for free. You can do the Veterans Museum, and there's a few fun places on State Street. You can grab a bite to eat or support local shops.
Because I saw on the front page of Culture and History, it talks about the Kenosha Civil War Museum.
Oh, that's amazing with the theater and the round that they have and the stories. Really? It's incredible.
Oh, I'd love to see that.
But if you're in Kenosha, then you also have to go to Frank's Diner and eat garbage.
Kenosha. I was going to say that too. What's that about?
The garbage plate? Okay, you've seen all these crazy food challenges and stuff like that. So the garbage plate, and I'm going to get this wrong, but it's like 6 eggs, a pound of hash browns, bacon, sausage, ham, and pancakes, but it's like this huge amount of crazy food that could feed probably, I think, 10 people, at least the way I eat. But you have a time limit to eat it, and then it's like, hey, you get the shirt.
Oh my gosh.
But it's the garbage plate, so that's like a huge thing.
Wow. Cream puffs?
I get to tape a TV segment with the State Fair, I think it's August 7th, because you have to have a State Fair cream puff. And we're going to do a little segment in there, how do you eat your cream puff? Because some people twist, and then they have two halves to nibble.
Yeah.
But then you don't know if you're going to get the cream on your nose.
You got to get the cream on your nose to be a Wisconsinite.
Some people squish it like a hamburger and eat it, but then you've got that good creamy goodness that falls off on your plate. So it's like, or are you like to pull a little piece off and kind of dip into it? So we're going to find out what's the most popular way to eat a cream puff.
You know, you talk about get soaked at the Wisconsin Dells Kalahari Resort. Or Kalahari Water Park? Why Kalahari? That's not the first one.
No, but okay, first of all, it's a smaller family-owned chain, and they have a huge nonprofit where they provide clean water in Africa for places, for different cities and villages. When we were there, they were like a well-oiled machine. We were there in June last year. That day we had 27 tornadoes rip through the state.
Okay.
And they were at 95% occupancy. They closed the outdoor because of the thunderstorm. We're like, okay, so no problem, we're indoors. And all of a sudden, you heard the announcements go off on indoors. 95% occupancy. They got all of us into their basement. Smooth, calm, every 5 feet, another employee. It was like a well-oiled machine. Keep going, keep up, look at the next person. Then they were like, I heard all this stuff going through the radios and stuff. They were like, okay, the seniors, they can't sit on the cold floor. Let's start bringing out chairs. So they got chairs for anybody who couldn't sit on the floor. Then they were like, okay, these kids are all wet and cold. Get towels and blankets out now. And then they brought out snacks and bottles of water. Autistic kids that were having a little bit of a challenge, they got them into private offices and away from the crowd. I was so amazed at their level of customer service, how well organized, and how they executed this plan. Every parent, we had our phones keep going off. They extended the alerts, but they got a huge percentage of people into a safe location and kept them calm and were brilliant with it.
I love that.
I was just blown away.
Well, all of the families, Nelson, Luke, Kaminsky, Pete Helen. Well, Kaminsky's not a family member, but Nelson, Helen, Luke are all family. And the Polynesian is where water park started, and then the Wilderness being the first big one, the indoor. Polynesian was owned by Kaminsky and Luke, and they split up. The Polynesian was actually going to be converted to a condotel at one time. A lot of history up there, and but yeah, first indoor water parks. There's a lot of water parks.
A lot of them.
And when I tell people indoor water parks, they're like, oh, I've been to those. I said, no, you've never been to one. If they've never been to Wisconsin Dells, and
water park capital of the world.
Well, yeah, and then they're like, well, I've been to one. We've been to a hotel that's got a water park. I said, 100,000 square feet of indoor water park. They're like, what do you mean 100,000? 100,000 square feet of indoor water park. What was interesting about the water park in the days, by the way, is that any business in the Wisconsin Dells at one point in time had 90 days to make their year. So in other words, they needed to
It was very seasonal.
It was a seasonal business. Now today it's
year-round,
right.
reinvented.
Exactly. Except for the small places on strip and all that. But
I have a few things other from the Dells, like
Holy Hill,
the Rip-Your Museum.
Oh yeah.
Stretch. Sarsaparilla is the first soft drink basically in this country, and so the Museum of Root Beer talks all about from sarsaparilla on up right through today with root beer and all the different things. That's really cool. Trying to think, what else do I have that's in the book? Oh, Wizard Quest is so fun. This family is ridiculously talented. The parents, all the kids, they're incredible artists. So they took this big empty building, made it in a beautiful fantasy land, and you go in and you solve quests on an with like a little tablet, but you have to go through all this incredible art and mythical this, that, and the other thing. It is amazing.
Did you put anything about the ducks in there?
Oh, of course, right? The original.
The original ducks. And then what's Adam was saying, hey, the biggest thing at draw is float down the river to see the Dell sandstone formations. I actually represented a property when I first got into real estate called Riverwood that stands 100 feet off the river. And it was absolutely beautiful. My favorite development I've ever sold was that. And I love the Dells. I think it's amazing.
Fudge. That's all you have to say.
Fudge.
I have a Wisconsin Dells fudge coffee coming out.
Yeah. I was there, Adam. I was actually in the Dells the day that the levee gave way. We're playing in a golf outing, and my ex-wife she still is. She's director of property development or something like that for Wilderness. Been there over 20 years. And all the helicopters and everything are flying, and we're up on a tee box and going, what is going on? And so I call, and she says, the lake's gone. It's gone. And I'm like, well, what do you mean it's gone? Where did it go? I thought she was telling me a joke. She goes, it drained. I'm like, stop it, Artie. What are you talking about? She goes, I don't know what happened. She goes, I'm at Wilderness on the Lake. The water is gone. And then they found out that the levee broke and all that. Yeah. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, that was, worldwide news. It was kind of crazy.
I know, right? And that's the second time that's happened. The second time.
Yeah, was that 2008, I think it was, with all the flooding and stuff like that?
I don't know. I think so.
I think it was the flooding that caused the stress.
I can't remember yesterday, so,
I'm much younger than you.
This is true.
Sorry.
This is true. You haven't earned any of these gray hairs. I've earned every single one of them.
When you're blonde, gray hairs look like highlights.
My hair wasn't
I'm just saying that.
One time I went from blonde to dark to gray. I don't know what happened.
It's because you don't drink coffee.
I used to drink coffee, you know that.
Yeah.
I did, and then COVID hit me, and I've lost the taste for it. Let's do this. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We need to reset the show. And so it's only about 8:30 and I missed it. Let's do this. Let's check it out with Lisa, come back, make some announcements, and then we'll get back on here. Right? Hang on, guys. Here we go.
Hello, good morning, how you doing? Good morning.
It's like, oh wait, it's almost 8:30? Oh wait.
Good morning, Sun Prairie, and welcome to Baker Street.
The question isn't what are we going to do, the question is what aren't we going to do.
This calls for the old Billy Baroo.
Time to rise and shine. Now here's your
Hey, thanks, Lisa. Lisa Wolf will be in studio with me next Monday morning. Can't wait. And we're also going to have Renee on to do our psychic medium, who's going to be coming in to do some readings. She's going to do actually a reading for Lisa. Well, Lisa Wolf's coming in. She's going to talk about her choir that she's a part of up in Columbus. Going to promote that. But she is my former producer. She got me started doing this, and I can't wait to see her. Love her very much and miss her. And so can't wait to have her in the seat talking about that. Hey. Here we go. Let's do some announcements real quick. The Traveling Cheesehead Book Lunch and Food Pantry Fundraiser. Yep, meet author Dannelle Gay and buy an autographed copy of 100 Things to Do in Wisconsin Before You Die, with proceeds benefiting the Sun Prairie Emergency Food Pantry. During this event from 5 to 8 p.m. on Monday, April 3rd at Salvatore's Tomato Pies, located at 121 East Main Street in beautiful Sun Prairie. Also go to travelingcheesehead.com for more details. Don't forget about the spring elections. Cast your ballots in the spring general election from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Tuesday, April 4th. Check myvote.wisconsin.gov to learn where to cast your ballot. Also, you can register to vote at the polls. Find your area and then go there. Bring your driver's license. If it's got your current address where you're living now, or a bank statement, utility bill, something like that, you can register at the polls. Sun Prairie Community Garden Organization's Spring Gardening Program. Learn more about honeybees and composting at the Sun Prairie as part of this event at 6 p.m. on Wednesday, April 5th at the Sun Prairie Public Library. See the events section of the Sun Prairie Library website to register in advance. Get connected to mental health resources. Hear from Behavioral Health Resource Center and Journey Mental Health Representative and learn how to get connected to mental health resources and enjoy free pizza during this presentation at the Sun Prairie Wellness Coalition from 6 to 7 p.m. on Thursday, April 6th at Sunshine Supper, located at 1632 West Main Street, beautiful Sun Prairie. Hey, the Sun Prairie Lions Club's great Sun Prairie Easter egg hunt is happening. The Lions are returning with their free annual Easter egg hunt for kids ages 0 to 7 at Sheehan Park East. Come early with a non-perishable food item to be donated to the Sun Prairie Emergency Food Pantry to take pictures with the Easter Bunny at Sheehan East Shelter. Hunt featuring plastic and special prize eggs. It begins promptly at 12:30 sharp, Saturday, April 8th. See the Sun Prairie Lions Facebook page for more details. Man, we got a lot of stuff going on, I tell you. Don't forget, it is Holy Week. The things are going on. You got Sunshine Supper tonight. It starts at 5 o'clock. Get there early. Cars start lining up about 4 o'clock. Honestly, they do. Sometimes they kick it off about 4:40, 4:45. Get there. Prairie Athletic Club is the sponsor. Pulled pork is the food. Coleslaw and a side salad. Also, I want you to remember that we have Culver's Share Night for the Media Center. Go to Culver's tonight and get that butter burger, and don't forget about a dessert, just in case. Or you buy a meal and buy the person's meal behind you. I love that. Pay it forward. Sunshine Share Night at Culver's, supporting the Sun Prairie Media Center. Would love for you to do that. It's opening day for the Brewers, so get your stuff out, get your jerseys out, start wearing that Brewer wear. Can't wait to have enjoy me some Brewer baseball. It is awesome. Don't forget about the Give Back Sun Prairie, a day of volunteering. April 15th, 2023, is celebrating a giving back to our community. Give Back Sun Prairie is a day of volunteering that supports several nonprofits around Sun Prairie, organized by leadership of Sun Prairie program through the Chamber, School District, and the city. Also, what else here? City Sun Prairie's equity audit is being conducted right now, so you should be seeing this, or you can go to the City of Sun Prairie website to get more information. The City of Sun Prairie has been going through an equity audit to examine our organization and the services being offered to the community regarding equitable service delivery. We want to make sure we are identifying gaps and barriers that prevent individuals and families from accessing and receiving services. And also, I want to say a huge congratulations to the Sun Prairie West girls flag football team. Chelsea Alt, the head coach for that activity, and her ladies went to Green Bay and just kicked some booty. They went 3-0 through the whole part. There were 30 teams in the whole thing. 10 of them were selected. Sun Prairie was one of them, and just did absolutely fantastic. So really proud of that, and the people and all that girls team. It's going to be one of our high school athletics. I can tell probably in the next 2 or 3 years. Hey, you're listening to 103.5 WLSP, The Sun. We're underwritten by those wonderful folks at the Bank of Sun Prairie, and of course, don't forget the Baker Realty Group. Glad to be here. We are in studio right now. We have Dannelle Gray, Danielle Gay. Oh my gosh, you're Danny Gray now.
I'm Danny Gray.
Danny Gray. Oh my gosh, she is the traveling cheesehead. We're celebrating her new book, 100 Things to Do in Wisconsin Before You Die. She's throwing a launch party, as you know, tonight at Salvatore, so looking forward to being down there getting my autographed book from her. Now I got some important questions for you.
I'm ready.
Are you ready for this?
Yep.
Peeps. Are you a Peeps person?
You know,
Do you eat those little Peeps?
I like the white snowman one at Christmas and stock up on those
Oh,
because
those are chocolate covered though.
no, they have white snowman peeps,
What?
and they are perfect when you float them in like hot chocolate,
Yeah?
and they don't have all the extra food coloring,
Oh my
but they're
gosh.
still your marshmallowy goodness. But I was at the Racine Art Museum over the weekend doing a book signing there. They have their International Peeps exhibition, so people from around the world
Isn't that amazing?
make art from peep candy and send it in, and they can win prizes. It's amazing. It's hilarious, and the things they come up with, brilliant.
What's this? Adam says about to drop the Peeps Pepsi on people. What is the Peeps Pepsi?
Pepsi made a peep flavor for Easter limited run.
Stop it already.
I'm not even going there.
I'm a Coke guy,
I love my Coke.
but I haven't had soda in a long time. Long time.
It depends. The day after I have a migraine, I like a Coke because the caffeine and the sugar, it just kind of like perks me up a little bit the next day.
Huh. I thought that was the cocaine that's in there.
I don't think they still quite. Although it's kind of fun to say, yeah, I just did some Coke.
I don't know. They used to though. It was.
It did. That's how they started out with
Absolutely.
the Coca.
Okay, how about chocolate bunnies? So when you eat a chocolate bunny, how do you eat a chocolate bunny? Do you take a bite out of its face? Do you eat those little frickin' ears off? Do you bite its tail? How do you eat a bunny?
First of all, it's not supposed to be hollow. It's got to be a real chocolate.
There you go.
Solid chocolate bunny, you know.
There you go.
Not the little plastic Holloway ones. I mean,
Right.
forget that. That's false advertising. But you know, it's chocolate. That's like the fifth food group. You need 3 servings a day. Who cares how you eat it? Just eat the dang thing.
I love a little chocolate. I'll have dinner, and we buy this chocolate at Costco, and they're little bitty, little, you know, and so I'll have a couple of those after dinner. I like a little sweet after,
Little.
you know, and I'm eating healthy, by the way, and so then I eat chocolate. So I put chocolate into the healthy category.
You know, they used to say dark chocolate is so healthy. And then now they're like, oh, the dark chocolate's got more radiation than the light chocolate. I'm like,
Radiation?
everything's going to kill you.
I know. They are. It is. Probably.
Who cares?
It's like sliders.
Make the most of the moment.
So what's your favorite Easter candy?
I'm a jelly bean, just not the black ones. I don't like black
You
jelly
don't like
beans.
the jelly-
I don't
licorice?
like licorice.
Oh, look at your face. She's got a pouty face going on. Got that,
No
got that
licorice.
nose turned up
Red
and stuff.
licorice, but not the black licorice. I don't like that anise flavor. No, nobody, nope.
Who did they use? I love them. Jelly bean. I could eat a whole bag of jelly beans.
Right? Because, you know, it's a single serving package.
Yes.
There's no reclosable anything on there. It's not little.
It's like a bag of potato chips.
Yeah,
Yeah,
gotta keep
same
eating
thing.
them.
I know.
Now, do you like divide them up by different colors and then
No.
kind of like, I just had a pink one, now I need a white one, now I need a yellow one?
I can't divide them out fast enough because from picking up with my hand and putting them in my mouth, I just don't have enough time to divide those out.
There were people.
I divide them in my stomach.
There you go.
So jelly beans are your favorite?
I think so.
Mine are the Reese's
Oh, peanut butter eggs.
Yes.
There may or may not be some sitting on my desk at home right now.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Chocolate and peanut butter. I mean, that's like a match made in heaven. We already said chocolate's the fifth food group. Protein is added with the peanut butter. It's like the perfect candy.
Oh my god. See, I'm in this thing right now with my guys that I work out with. It's a contest, and there's a lot of money riding on this. And so I haven't been drinking. I've been eating healthy, and the contest is it's a combination. It has to always be a combination of muscle gain and weight loss. As you gain, muscle's heavier than fat. So as you burn the fat, the muscle may replace it. So you won't see a big drop like that. But so there's 8 of us going through this, and there's like a lot of money on the line. So it's a contest, and we're getting ready to. I think it's April 15th will be the final day for that. But,
The judgment.
and how do you know? That's what the next question will be. How do you know? Well, how do I know? Because we step on a machine and it tells us.
Isn't that amazing?
It is. It is. I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm a fat dude. It's when you get on the machine and you go to step off because it goes, ouch.
I don't think I don't think we say fat. I think we say well-rounded personalities.
Oh, don't be politically correct on me. Full-figured dude, I guess, right? It's genetic.
Yes, because your grandpa ate handfuls of jelly beans at one setting.
Oh, and my grandfathers were both skinny guys. And my father, my real father, which I really didn't have much, I wasn't in his life very much, but I look almost identical to him. I think that's so funny. I never didn't spend any time with him. Don't know really much about him. Alcoholic, I knew that, but my dad, skinny as a rail. Skinny as a rail. That guy used to sit at night. He'd have like his night treat, and that came from his mom, my grandmother, and he'd eat like half a box of Reese cups. You know those little bitty Reese cups?
What do you do for a living?
He's an organic chemist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, he's a nerd. He's definitely a nerd.
We need nerds though. They help figure stuff out.
Well, I think you might be a nerd.
Could be.
There's nothing wrong with nerds.
I didn't say there was.
I like being a nerd. I'm a stats nerd.
I think that we all dive down our rabbit holes on various things.
Army soldiers were more about buoyancy testing, as you can weigh a lot, but be far more muscle than fat. Too many got caught up in the BMI requirement. Oh, they still do that. Oh, hey Matt, buddy, I appreciate you. You're on here, man. That's a great idea. I think we should have Pete and Jenny Simon come on and talk about the golf course. We talked about that in the 7 o'clock hour. So great idea. I will have them on, I promise. Good idea. Thanks, buddy. And thanks for watching the show, you guys. That's awesome. Any other candy that you like?
See, I'm a big fan of chocolate and coconut too, so Mounds bars, Almond Joy bars, things like that.
There's not much candy I don't like.
Oh, Heath bars, toffee and stuff like that too.
Oh,
yeah.
I love Heath bars.
That's it. We're screwed. We're just going to sit there in the candy aisle.
Heath bars. I mean, oh my gosh. When was the last time you had a Heath bar?
2 weeks ago. I packed them for the flight, yeah.
Oh my gosh, I have. So you've been flying a lot?
I have.
Yeah.
In March, I went down to Irving, Texas to speak at a travel conference.
On Frontier.
Yeah. And then flew up for the governor's conference on Green Bay on Delta.
Wait, you flew from Madison to Green Bay?
No, I went from Irving, Texas, right up to Green Bay.
Okay, and then back to Madison. You flew to Madison.
And then went to Madison.
Did you fly to Madison?
Not from Green Bay, no. I rode with my friend from the Fort Atkinson Chamber of Commerce, gave me a lift.
Oh, cool.
So, and then we rode United to Lake Charles, Louisiana, and back.
What was that for?
That was me working with Lake Charles, Louisiana, and 2 years ago they were almost wiped out by Hurricane Laura.
Okay.
So, like, even their beautiful state park, Sam Houston Jones State Park that was fully wooded, it almost looks like a vacant lot with the new concrete pads and stuff like that they've been rebuilding. They had Hurricane Laura, they had another hurricane 6 weeks later, then they had the flooding, then they had the big Texas freeze that kind of reached across the border and got them too.
Wow.
So, the way their community is pulled together, and their businesses looked at like, how can I service my customers still? Not, oh my gosh, how am I going to keep making money? So the way they looked at it, and the people down there are incredible, how they rebuilt. And I learned how to catch crabs. Crabbing is a thing, roadside crabbing.
How do you catch crabs?
You take you take a chicken leg, a raw chicken leg, tie a piece of string on it really well. It's got to be about 3 or 4 yards long, and you just throw the string into the creek, and you wait a few minutes. Pretty soon your string starts to walk sideways, and you just slowly reel it in and you net it. Next thing you know, you caught a beautiful blue crab.
I thought they took chicken and put them into like crab traps, and that's how they got them.
They might, but when you're roadside crab and all you need is string and a piece of chicken.
Oh, roadside crab. Okay.
Yeah, so we I think in an hour and a half, I caught like 10 to 12 crabs. And we were in a situation where we had meals everywhere for our visit, so we donated what we caught to a guy who was there in the same area, and he was trying to get 6 dozen crabs to feed his family that night.
Oh.
But it was easy and was freaking hilarious.
How big are the crabs down there?
The body may be like this big.
About 3
I mean, and you
inches?
can see little ones. Those are the ones that you throw back,
Uh-huh.
and they're the greedy little suckers. They don't want to let go of that chicken leg. You're like shaking it to get them off, and you have to tie your string on the chicken leg really well, because otherwise, when you throw that chicken leg in,
It'll come off.
the chicken keeps going. But that's not the challenge. This is something where you also have to keep an eye out for gators.
Oh, yeah.
So you're crabbing, but you got to keep watching, make sure no gators get you, because they run like 30 miles an hour on land, and I don't.
I watch Gator Chris on TikTok and Reel.
Okay.
You know who Gator Chris is?
No.
Oh, you'll have to look him up.
Okay.
He not only does he name all of his gators, he feeds them chicken, and he's standing in the middle of them with a stick. And he swims with one, Casper.
So he's insane. This is good to know.
Yeah, as he tells you, these are not pets.
Oh, Adam goes, she said crick, I feel validated. Bubbler, soda, etc. Yes, authentic Wisconsin, born and bred. Thank you.
Oh, wait. So Crick is a Wisconsin term?
I don't know. I
So-
just thought it was the redneck in me.
Well, I'm a Kentucky kid. We used to call it a Crick.
The crick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh. A bubbler. I love that. But see,
yeah, we have bubblers.
We need a book of Wisconsin terminology.
Oh, I'm sure there's some out there.
Oh, stop. Just make one better.
Do it and do it better.
Do it.
My version of it's not out there.
Well, but you're also doing podcasts. You have a TV show you're doing here at K-Sun, which is exciting.
I have 17 episodes in editing. 18 now
18?
in editing. So they're going to go nuts, the poor people
Mara?
here, because Mara's going to be like, okay. So it'll be like scheduled out for like 4 months or something like that. But and then the coffee and the public speaking,
Sure.
and I've got more books coming out this year, and just, yeah, it's crazy, but
So
it's good.
let's stay on the TV show for a minute. Tell everybody what the show's about, and name of the show, when it's going to be on, stuff like that, when it's supposed to be
2
on.
shows now. So I have the traveling Cheesehead visits, and so when I go to different places, I talk about the community where I'm at, places to eat, things to do, people to see, and then the traveling Cheesehead Eats is my new one about just Wisconsin restaurants. So talking about the history of the place, what inspired their menu, how they made it through COVID, kind of a get to know your neighbor behind the scenes thing.
Okay. Well, we want to see the rest of those shows, so get on it.
I actually hired an
get her
editor
done.
because I had to hire an editor because I was running out of time with everything I'm doing.
Well, that's the trick of TV is
Yeah,
that
get her
if,
done.
if you're going to record it, you better have a good editor.
I tried to hire my husband. It didn't work.
Well, and he's a great editor, and he said no.
Well, he did 30 years almost with NBC affiliates.
Well-
So he went in to talk to his boss and ended up walking out with a promotion and a raise.
Ah!
I'm like, no, that's not what was going to happen.
I can still do this for you. You got to pay him more.
Well, bless his heart. He'll be there tonight. He works with me and does
I
stuff.
like him.
They
He's
were
fun.
down there, and the whole family was with me in Lake Charles for that trip.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we worked with Go RVing and Visit Lake Charles, and yeah,
Your daughter's fun too.
my kid's a sweetheart.
I met her at the last year night we had at Culver's,
Yes,
and she's a hoot. What color's her hair?
purple. One of 10 kids from across the nation going to the Early Entrance Honors Program at the University of Iowa.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why Iowa? Why not Wisconsin?
Noelle is the youngest Wisconsin Badger ever, started taking college courses here at the age of 9.
Okay.
So Iowa takes kids residents from 16 on up. So all the credits from the UW system, all the credits from Arizona State University, all the courses are being transferred to Iowa, and their program is just incredible. It's a big honor.
Well, I think it's fabulous that she's able to. The girl's got brains. I think she's got her mama's looks and brains.
That could be a good thing or a bad thing, the poor kid. Brilliant little booger head.
Are you concerned about her age and doing this?
The program there is amazing. They only do 10 kids a year. They have their own RA. They room together in the same section of the floor of the dorm. They do weekly meetings with the the dean and all of that stuff. They get like life skill stuff, but they're really kept an eye on because they are minors.
Yeah.
To make sure that no problems pop up and things like that. So it's after touring the campus and talking with people and all that, I wish they had a program like this for every freshman and sophomore going into any kind of a college, because
Right.
it's amazing what the success rate would be and how these young people would be coming out of college.
So how's Mama going to feel about that, having her baby away from her?
It's only like 3.5 hours away,
Again.
depending on how fast I drive. I may or may not have been talking to some of the Iowa tourism people already for, visits and stuff like that. But I'm got my own schedule pretty busy. Like I'm speaking at different travel conferences and doing things.
I know, but Mama's, your baby's going to be at school, going to be away from you. Can't
We
you say,
don't own our kids. We're gifted them for a brief time to try and help mold them into, hopefully, paragons of society, that they can go away and do their own thing.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm glad my boys are on East Coast, West Coast.
Okay.
And then
As far as they could get away from you or something?
Well, I
or what?
know, that's what I've been thinking too. And they're always saying, well, when are you going to come see me? I'm like, no, I'm in the middle. You guys come to me. And I'm like, I'll send you the ticket. Just come see me. I don't want to have to fly out there or go the other way. Just come see me. I'm here. Oh, Dad, we don't want you to come out here. And we don't want you to come to Seattle. And I'm like, I've been to Seattle. I know Seattle. I love Seattle.
You don't drink coffee, so much for Seattle.
Yeah, but I go to the fish market and catch a fish.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Let's do yeah.
Well, I love the whole fish philosophy and stuff like that. I've read the book and things like that. I think it's kind of cool. But yeah, don't throw a raw fish at me, please. I'm okay with that. I don't like my food to look like the animal it came from. Yeah, just no.
Do you like sushi?
I prefer my seafood cooked.
Oh, wow. I'm surprised.
I think that fish should come on a platter Friday night from a Wisconsin supper club, lightly breaded and then fried. So that's just me. Or like in the summer, maybe boiled in Door County with some potatoes and onions.
So who has the best fish fry in Wisconsin?
Ooh. Dumb's fighting words depending on where you are. Sometimes it's the hole in the wall tavern. Sometimes it's a supper club. Sometimes, and it depends if you like the battered or the breaded.
Uh-huh.
And what kind of fish do you like? Do you like perch? Do you like smelt? Do you like cod? Do you like it? That's a whole can of worms you're opening up there, buddy.
I think Daly's has probably the best value in our city for a fish fry, and everything that you get, from your fish to coleslaw. I'd like more coleslaw. I mean, I usually give you the little bitty,
cup.
I like some coleslaw. Apples, baked apples on there, corn cob, bread. I mean, and maybe 3-4 pieces of fish. We were there Friday, and I was thinking about that. Like, man, this is a good value. And Steve does a great job over there. I mean, Scuba Steve is super. Buck and Honey's is my favorite restaurant, of course, but Daly's, I think, from what I've found, has the best value as a restaurant.
It is a challenge to figure out, because, it used to be the all-you-can-eat fish fry days and stuff like that.
Oh, remember the all-you-can-eat fish fries?
Mm-hmm.
Can you find one of those today?
Well, the cost of everything in our grocery store when we're shopping has gone up. I don't know how they can.
Well, no, I know, but I'm just saying,
I remember that. It was like, just give me fish. I don't want the salad. I don't want the potato. I just want the fish. Yeah. I would sit there and eat like 6 pieces of fish and forget everything else. I wanted the fish.
And which fish do you prefer?
I prefer breaded, not battered.
Cod?
And I like white cod. Don't give me the pollock and stuff like that and tell me that it's cod. There are places that do that. And don't give me redfish and tell me that it's perch. I like cod, and then perch comes in a second.
Have you been to Toby's?
Dutch Mill Road?
Yeah.
You mean like right outside of Madison McFarland area?
Yeah.
The tiny little place with the little bar, and you have to wait forever to get a table before they actually set up because they're amazing?
Yeah.
No, I've never been there.
No, I don't.
They're in the book.
You should go. I love how you can go there and be 3 deep at the bar, and you've just given your name to one of the
They still find you.
And they find you.
They know you.
Isn't that amazing?
It's not like they're going, wait a minute, Bill Baker? Okay, let me get your picture.
Yeah.
All right, so I know that it's Bill. Where's Bill Baker? He's in the bar here somewhere. No, it's amazing.
And folks, if you've never been to Toby's before, you have to go there. You have to experience this. It's something else. First of all, brand new fashions are to die for. our favorite Wisconsin cocktail, of course.
Oh gosh, no.
No?
No, the traveling cheesehead cocktail's the favorite.
Well, we'll get to that. I want to hear about that. But, I mean, seriously, Toby, and then you're 3 deep at the bar waiting for your table, and you don't care.
You're having a good time. It's the experience.
It's the experience, and it's packed.
Totally.
It's like going to Golden Nest here for breakfast on Sundays.
I have gone there, and every time I have gone there, I never get the robot. People talk about, oh, the robot brought out our... I've never gotten the dang robot.
Yeah.
I've only had to deal with these delightful servers who are so friendly and smiling.
They are. And they always remember you. And well, you know what they'll tell you, by the way? That they don't like the servers on Sundays. Because the server is too slow. Or the robot's too slow. I know. That's just the staff talking. Because they want to get your food out to you. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
They're turning tables.
I don't usually go on Sundays, but that's okay. That's interesting.
We go there after church. And it's been a complete delight to go to that restaurant.
I like how they take your number and then they text you. So it's like, okay, it's going to be about a 45-minute wait. Then I run to the grocery store and pick up a few things. It'll sit in my car in Wisconsin. We have snow up to 8 months of the year. It'll stay nice and fine, that gallon of milk, you know. And then the next thing you know, you're texted and it's time to go in. I like that.
Oh, my God. Well, we go there, and a lot of times we'll go to the bar. And when I say we go to the bar, we'll eat there because you just walk up. You got 2 spots. But we're not drinking, so I mean we're drinking tea or coffee or whatever. And Emma is there, cute little blonde, and she is just so bubbly and so much fun.
So you've not tried the mimosa flight yet?
No, I've not.
Okay.
No, I don't know if I'll go back to drinking. I may just completely wipe it out. It's really an interesting activity, a lifestyle or whatever, because you don't say, hey, you want to stop and get a glass of wine? You don't do that anymore. Going to different activities where there's alcohol in that, and you're like, you're walking around, everybody's drinking, you're like, okay, drink mine. I go to the bar and I'll go, I'll take a single tall Tito's and soda, hold the Tito's. And they look, you mean you want a Tito's and soda? No, I want a single tall Tito's and soda, hold the Tito's, please. They think I'm stupid. And
because they're like, so he wants a club soda on the rocks?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I
It's
want
like you can't ask for a cheeseburger, no cheese, because you'll still get the cheese.
Exactly.
I want a cheeseburger, no cheese. Because you say hamburger, oh, you want a cheeseburger? No.
What's the traveling cheesehead cocktail?
Okay, well, it's brandy based because this is Wisconsin, right?
Corbel?
Whatever. I don't think Corbel makes that big a difference in taste over like E&J or any of these others.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So,
Good.
and then you gotta have a spiced rum in there, whether it's the Kraken or the Captain Morgan's or whatever. Let's see, it's got orange juice, a little bit of grenadine. You top it off with some club soda. Yeah.
Wow. That does sound tasty.
It gives a nice little between the brandy and the spiced rum. It just, tasty.
Have you ever had the bitters?
I love bitters.
Up at in the Door County.
Door County is so fun.
At the Bitter Inn Yacht Club. You got to go in there. You get your card for doing your bitters. Oh, that was fun.
We used to like to just take like cherry slices and put bitters on it, or not cherries, orange slices and pour bitters on it, and just orange bitters. And now they make orange bitters.
My goodness. So where are you going to be tonight?
Tonight I will be at Salvatore's Tomato Pie, Sun Prairie, downtown Main Street from 5 to 8 p.m.
And get an autograph book.
Get an autographed copy of this beautiful Passport to Fun for the Badger State.
I like it.
That's letting us give a lot of money back to our communities.
I think it's fantastic. I really enjoy the conversations we have. You and I banter back and forth.
It's so fun.
Oh my God. Act like we're married or something.
Scary.
I know. Well, what if our spouses realize that?
Shh.
Don't tell them, don't tell them.
But that's probably why we get along so well, because we're not married. No. My 30th anniversary is coming up this year. That's
It
a long
is?
time with the same date.
Wow.
Yeah, I've been with him longer than I haven't. I'll have an identity crisis if something happens. It's going to be weird.
He's a great guy.
He
too.
is a sweetheart. He is a total dumb.
He's so much fun. Just to sit and talk to him, and it's a lot of fun. What's your next book?
Midwest State Park Adventures comes out in May. So I did the Wisconsin chapter. I partnered with some of my friends on the Midwest Travel Network. We were the ones who wrote Midwest Road Trip Adventures together. And I get to cover our 49 beautiful Wisconsin state parks in there.
Oh, wow.
It's awesome.
That's way cool. That'd be a lot of fun to do, too.
Perfect timing for summer.
I would like to, I want somebody to pay me to do all the greatest scuba diving spots in the world. I need it to be sponsored by somebody, though.
To go to all the best scuba diving places.
Spend a year doing that.
See, I love to see things under the water. I guess maybe I'm more of a glass bottom boat person because I know I can go over it and I won't accidentally screw up or muck up the ecosystem.
Well, I'm an eco-friendly diver, by the way, just to let you know. I don't touch that coral. I don't. I won't touch it, and I don't touch the animals. Well, I touch the shark. I like sharks. I have.
They're tasty.
I have videos
I
of
didn't
me
say that.
that I'm tasty or they're tasty.
The sharks.
They are a beautiful animal. The way they swim in the water. I've actually been in a feeder program where I fed the sharks, and there's probably 15 around me.
Cool.
They would come in and take food from my hand.
Were you in a cage?
No, I was in a chain mesh suit, which didn't matter. I didn't get bit anyway. But they're Caribbean reef sharks, and we're diving. My friend Scott, my best friend Scott, and I love to dive with sharks. They are just magnificent and majestic in the way they swim. And one of my bucket list things is to dive with a great white without a cage.
Interesting.
Well,
I don't think sharks are dangerous. I think it's like anything. There's a small percentage of them that have caused problems, and they got all the press.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, gosh, we're almost out of town.
I know. It flies when we're together and talking.
I know. It is. So I think little BTO with Let It Ride is going to be perfect for us as we ride out of here. Hey, don't forget tonight that you have the book signing down at Salvatore's with Dannelle Gay.
You had to work hard and focus on that for a moment.
I did.
You're too
I wanted
funny.
to make sure it's right. She's going to be down there. She's going to be autographing her book, 100 Things to Do in Wisconsin Before You Die. Stop by, see her, and say hello, and tell her you heard about her here on the radio. She's a wonderful lady, somebody to definitely get to know. And then also, please, 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 don't forget, it is Culver Share Night for the Media Center, and we would really appreciate you going there on Main Street, the Main Street location, and getting some vittles. Have your dinner out tonight. It's a fundraiser, and if we do it right, it could be between $500 or $600 for us here at the Media Center. This is a nonprofit, and we're looking to buy more equipment. So I hope you'll stop by and do that. And I want everybody to have a great Easter. Don't forget about Good Friday. Baseball tomorrow night. Mike Powers and I will be doing the broadcast if it doesn't rain. Got a lot of activities, and don't forget about the Sun Prairie Lions Easter egg hunt on Saturday, 12:30 at Sheehan East. Thanks for coming in here.
Thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure.
You're awesome. You're always welcome. We can just talk about useless stuff.
Oh my gosh, it's crazy.
But thanks again for doing it. See you at our coffee
Friday morning.
Well,
I'll see you tonight for a little bit first, but yeah.
Exactly. And then don't forget to join the Chamber of Commerce. You got to learn about it. It is an advantage for you to be there. So, hey, I'll catch you guys on Wednesday at 11 o'clock on the Sun Prairie Real Estate Show. But until then, have a great Monday and kick off this week like you've never done it before. Bye, Sun Prairie. We're still on Facebook.
Yeah.
Just to let you know.
That was fun.
Facebook, you're awesome. Adam, you've never talked that much in all your life.
Adam, your wife is always right. Did you not know that? That's the way it's supposed to be for a happy marriage. I'm just telling you after 30 years.
Adam, take care, buddy.